Who is this?
I'm Bryson. I was trapped in a cellar until Hadrig rescued me.
And now he won't go away.
You saved his life. You're stuck with him now.
He is. I'm going to repay Hadrig by helping him with his work.
And I told you to stay away from my forge. Oh, I can't believe it. My best hammer's gone missing. It couldn't have walked off on its own now, could it, lad?
One of the men needed a hammer. He promised to return it.
Fool boy! I'll never see it again!
I'm sorry, Hadrig.
Get out of my sight!
I don't feel like talking right now. I grew up over by the docks. Not the good part of town, but it's what my parents could afford. They died when the plague swept through a few years ago, within hours of each other. Like they had to stay together. I used to hate them for leaving me, but now it's a relief they didn't have to see all this happen.
My mother warned me about the poor. They want my wealth, but they don't want to work for it. And now they've created an army of death creatures. Well, when I'm king, I'll just show them.
Those who perish without embracing Malphael are eternally damned. But I can commune with our Lord, asking him to grant them a reprieve. Only a simple payment is required.
Bless my poor husband, please!
You must save my children!
Please, my friends, one at a time. Bring your offerings to the stand, and I will grant your loved ones this blessing.
Is this truly the work of angels? I don't understand. How could they?
Yes, some of the angels have gone mad, but I will put them down.
Good.
We're not going to die, are we? Tell me we're not going to die. I don't want to lose my soul!
Tell me more about this jewel you seek.
Oh, all you wish to hear is my most guarded secret. Well, certainly. If you cannot be trusted, then the world is in trouble, I think. The jewel contains a powerful creature named Dirgist. He was trapped within it for terrible crimes against his people.
Dirgist? What language is that?
Oh, this was long before language was invented. Oh, now a flaw has developed in the jewel. Through it, Dirgist can consume the holder's life. I intend to seal his prison, trapping him in it forever. When you have lived as long as I, you learn that life is filled with betrayal. But the cruelest always comes at the hands of those we love. I know it must be hard to think of other things, but now we must. All creation rests upon your shoulders.
You sound more serious than I've ever heard you.
Well, these are dark times. Even I must set apart thoughts of Dirge's jewel and dwell upon the fate of the world. But that doesn't mean you have to frown so. Do you think that Leah is lost forever?
Diablo consumed her. She is gone.
Do you not think Leah's soul is stronger than that? But then sometimes I forget that you have not seen everything that I have seen.
You always dodge around the truth. Who are you?
What am I? I am covered as Shen, of course. No more, no less. To some that has meant one thing, to others another.
When will you give me a real answer?
When the sun sets in the east and the shore swallows the tide. When the moon smiles upon the day and the blind man sees once again.
Soon, I will kill Diablo, or he will kill me. We come to the end, and so I have a question.
I love questions.
In your many travels, have you ever seen anything that could cleanse the corruption from the Zakarum faith?
Yes, Crusader. I have seen something like that. At any rate, when you defeat Diablo, don't laze about. We have other lands to explore, you and I. Dirge's jewel is still out there somewhere.
Where?
Closer than you think. Now go! Kill Diablo! Did you know there were once 2 moons? Lyria is the one that is no more. I think it's time I told you the whole story of Zai and his master, the god of desire, Dirges.
You mean you are ready to tell your version of the truth?
Dirge's jewel has appeared again, and the time for secrets is over.
Then you're finally ready to tell me if you were a god?
I was telling you about Lyria, wasn't I? She was so beautiful that Dirges was determined to make her his own. Oh, yes, he pursued her relentlessly, showering her with gifts and attention until she succumbed and agreed to become his wife. But Dirges' jealousy was so great, he hid Lyria high in the heavens, far away from the reach of men and gods.
If you let jealousy control you, it will take everything you have.
Yes, that was Dirges. Desire was his very nature. Zai was the greatest thief, and he wanted Lyria. He waited patiently for a night when Lyria's path hid her behind the silver moon. For when the sun set, Dirges had to leave Lyria's side, you see, for desire rules the night. He could only watch from below as she drifted across the ocean of stars. Then Zai climbed, silent as a whisper, into Lyria's palace in the heavens.
Did Zai love her?
No, but stealing from Dirges would make Zai a legend. There was a great gem market here in Westmarch. I spend many a carefree day browsing the aisles. To think that I will never again see all those happy little stalls, those rows of jewels, and those gem cutters.
Could it be that the Prophet abandoned us? Why else would his magic fail to protect us while we slept?
It kept you safe.
But my sisters died. Why them and not me?
Who knows? You must carry on for them, as I do for Leah, Cain, and so many others.
I cannot simply feel sorry for myself. I must discover the truth. When I left my sister Lysa, I took her magic focus as a reminder. I scryed it today to see if it held any clues, and I found strong traces of the demonic magic that killed her. It reminded me of the Fisherai's magic from before we served the Prophet.
Those mages are long dead. No one alive today would be seeking you or your sisters.
When I cast the magic upon her focus, I heard her voice again, and this time, I understood. She said one word. Irena. Cormac, you seem so sad.
Do you know how it feels? My city destroyed. The people I knew dead.
I do. We share the same grief and the same pain.
Would you talk with me? All of this weighs heavily upon my soul. I have heard that the Grand Maester himself is in Westmarch. It is imperative that I find and speak to him. I will tell him of the sins his order is committing.
Cormac, he leads the Order. Do you not see?
No, you are wrong. My first memories of being a Templar are of him comforting me, welcoming me to the Brotherhood. I looked into his eyes. He is a good man, I tell you. Today is the day I find out how deep the Order's corruption runs.
You are ready to put a stop to the Order's madness.
I will do it, even if it means going against my entire Order. I could use a good friend by my side.
How about two?
This is one of our strongholds. I will have my answers soon.
This could go badly. Be ready.
Cormac! Everyone says you helped slay Azmodan and Belial. They're calling you the greatest of all the Templar. It's good to see you as well, brother. But I come with troubling news about the Order. I must speak with the Grand Maester. You're in luck. He's here. Standing orders are to send you to him upon your return. Take this, the Grand Maester's new proclamation.
You've done us all proud.
This proclamation from the Maester, it's damning. He admits his own guilt. How could I have not seen this?
Oh, we all make mistakes. You just make it.
The day of reckoning is at hand. We will rise from the ashes of Westmarch and lead mankind into the light. We shall have recruits by the thousands. Every citizen will be another Templar added to the cause. Once cleansed by the Inquisitors, they will become an unstoppable force.
We know you had nothing to do with John Dar's corruption. Our time has finally come, and we owe it all.
Bring me that whip! It is time to purify this initiate.
Stop! How can you do this to your fellow Templar?
We bless them with the truth, as we did for you, Cormac. But if the greatest of all Templar wishes them freed, it shall be so. We've been ordered to take you to the Grand Maester as soon as possible. Follow me.
Cormac, the shining example of a true Templar. We have much to talk about.
Yes, we do, Grand Maester. You have betrayed us all, starting with the torment of our initiation.
It was brutal but necessary. I did the hard things no one else would, for the ascension of humanity. I carry the weight of my actions with me always. Are you ready to make a similar sacrifice, Cormac? Will you stand with me and become Meister in due time? I need you.
But... No! Your power has driven you to madness if you think I would help you rule over mankind!
This saddens me greatly, my son. I am sorry. Kill him.
Hey, I'm the only one who hits Cormac around here.
Man is a flawed being. Time and again we have seen good men given to temptation. Though it is painful, I have found only one answer. We must cleanse the minds of our recruits, so they will never fall prey to the corruption of the demons, or the blind self-righteousness of the angels.
I dedicated my life to a lie. Everything I thought I knew, it was all in the service of a madman. I swear that every Templar I meet will be freed from the lies of the Order. And if they refuse, I will be forced to convince them.
I can help with that. I'm terribly convincing.
Nothing stops the crusade!
The Grand Maester, behind the Order's corruption. Deep down, I think I always knew. Perhaps that's why I never felt worthy of the Order, as if I was not a true Templar.
They could beat your mind into submission, but never your heart. So what will you do with your life now? What will you believe in?
I believe in you and your quest. This world must be saved, regardless of the corruption of the Templar.
I welcome the chance to travel with you.
There's no easy way to say this, but I have to leave, and I won't be returning.
Oh, right. Because a mob of angry women is coming for you.
I'm serious. My brother's imprisoned in Kingsport with no way to defend himself, and I must free him.
If Westmarch is overrun, you'll die on the way to Kingsport. That won't help your brother.
All right. I'll stay for as long as I can, but only because I know how much you need me. It's time for me to go. My brother will die in the Kingsport dungeons if I don't act now.
A Kingsport prisoner, you say? Those poor devils were all transported to our cells in Westmarch last week. But we haven't heard from the garrison since the attack started.
Edlin, I have to find him. Will you help me, my friend? Right then, this is where they're holding Edlin. Let me do the talking.
Looking for your brother, Lyndon?
Something's not right.
Damn it all. The Thieves Guild always finds who it's looking for.
The Thieves Guild infiltrated the entire dungeon?
You bastard!
I'm sorry, my friend.
I never should have joined the guild. He told me, but I wouldn't listen.
This is not your fault. Your brother was dead before we even came to Westmarch.
That dagger looks very familiar.
I am so sorry, Lyndon, but we must go. Take the dagger with you.
Lyndon, I grieve for you.
Lyndon, don't blame yourself.
What do you want me to say? That I wish he'd never known me? That I wish he'd had a brother who didn't fail him?
That you are letting your grief consume you.
And I suppose the mightiest hero in all the land knows just how to help, eh? No. No, this is something you can't understand.